right, and we are back for game number 2 of round 1 of season 8 of Champs of Fog. And we got Tremor killing it against Vice's Survivor team here on the Wretched Shop with the Speedy Boy himself, the Blight. And I am joined today by Avi. How you doing today, Avi?
Hello, I am great. And to boot up with a really fast wake up game, we got a Bly as we mentioned, and we got a Survivor coming up in the Claudette. I think I saw two. The one for the Claudette first. No chase music. That's really awkward. There it is. And here we go. Wee woo. That's the Survivor's thing.
Yeah, it's one of those things whenever the chase music kind of bugs out, it's like, okay, what's going on? Is everything okay? Like, Nurse still does it all the time. That being said, a really early down here for the Blight, as we do see Corrupt Intervention ending. Do you want to know as well, survivors were keenly aware of a Ruin in play, so that was really interesting to see a Hex Totem on the board. Note that we did ban Agitation on all of the S tiers, which could be why we're seeing some interesting perk picks as they masterfully dodged that hit by the Blight.
That was pretty darn good, but will Claudia be able to get away? This side of the map typically tends to be a coin flip for me, whether it's good pallet, good tiles, good anything. Window even at the main building, and did not make it to the pallet, unfortunately. Oh, is there a savior nearby?
Yeah, we hear those footsteps incoming. That is going to be the save from the Kate, it looks like, with a blind to boot.
Again. Oh, no, there you go. Yeah, she's got to run. This Claudia has to run. This, I have seen Osaka Bly, and this Bly is dangerous.
Oh yeah, absolutely, but these survivors putting up a good fight as well, as we saw that vacuum tech there from the Claudette. Blake gonna be trying to get the down here at the pallet as well, and will not get it. Once again, Claudette with just the perfect timing there for those vaults, as we do see the first gen pop off in the distance.
Oh, look at this pallet. Oh, that's unfortunate. She got actually pretty good amount of pallets around her to use, but both of them are trying their darnest hardest bestest to mind game each other.
Yeah, no, absolutely. With that being said, we do get the down here and the first hook. No Scourge Hook, Pain, Resonance. In fact, we actually know all 4 perks. We see a Brutal Strength, Deadlock, Ruin, and a Corrupt Intervention in the mix.
Yep. Oh, that seems pretty speedy.
Yeah, well, there's that Brutal Strength, and honestly, it's always interesting to see Brutal on Blight who can insta-break pallets, but it makes a lot of sense, especially if you have your tokens of the Blighted Rush, where you can break quickly, go for the rush, and get that quick hit. It can really make a huge difference, as we are seeing in this match so far, but Claudette going for the vault here, Blight going to call the fake, and will get the clean hit here on Claudette.
I just keep seeing the name of the survivor fits so well the fact that this Claudia has to run for her life.
Yeah, that is fair. I'm sure, you know, I would be disappointed if the Claudette does not make those noises whenever they start a chase.
Unfortunately, she's making those noises, not going to her death hook, I believe, if I remember correctly. This is her second hook. I cannot recall.
I do believe this is death hook for the Claudette, who will be sent back to Campfire via the entity, creating a 3v1 scenario at 3 gens up. 2 gens completed for these survivors.
Well, we saw that they're definitely trying to work on that 3-gen, because this map, well, every map has potential for 3-gen, of course, but this map, we know the locations, we know where to break it, and they're trying their best to split it up. Little Katie taking a hit here. I think this house is a pallet right here. She did not stay.
Yeah, it looks like she left the tile there and ends up maybe potentially losing the Blight here, who will go into Shack instead. Going right through, not seeing anyone though.
Alright, well, so far, quiet. I don't know where Kate made Houdini.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of perks to work with, to say the least, of that Kate, and she has made use of them well, as she does dodge the Blight and continues to dodge the Blight, as we have not seen or heard from, but there she is!
There she is! Oh, wait, she has no blood pools or big grunts. What?
Yep, that there is, in fact, a lucky break, allowing them to evade the chase here, but Light not going to fall for that stun. Kate with the vault, though, And we're going to see the attempt to play to rush here, but we're going to see the insta-break instead.
Kate is also... Yeah, a lot of these survivors, everybody's just fighting, but oh, this Blight is just bumping and bumping. He knows how to work it.
Yeah, no, honestly, Blight doing a fantastic job managing these chases. We do see scratch marks over here by the tree and do find the Nancy. Honestly, getting a slug here would be huge for the Blight if they're able to get the fast down. We see Nancy go through and the down as well, leaving just the ace able to either go for a pickup or work on the gen blocked by Deadlock.
Yep. Oh, got the pickup. Oh, unless it was unbreakable. Oh, it was
Yeah,
pickup,
looks
okay.
like that was the pickup from the ace, taking it there at the pallet, though potentially a life, getting him a little bit of distance, as we did see that pallet drop and vault, but not enough, as they will go down at the vault. And I believe we see scratch marks from the Kate as well.
Did anybody have a flashlight in this lobby? I don't think I saw. Was it with Ace?
I want to say it was ace. We saw an attempted flashlight save earlier on the survivor who was sent back to the campfire via the entity, but I think we hear Kate here in the main building.
Yes, she is. She's running the whole main building and going through it. No window to vault on this side. I think she was trying to do the gen if she thought he couldn't find her, but oh no. Elijah's very aware. Oh, doing the pickups. We got pickups.
Yeah,
okay.
I think there may have been an unbreakable in play because I don't think that was the Kate who got the first
No.
pickup, so I want to say that was an unbreakable on the ace who got the pickup on the Nancy, and so Blight losing a lot of pressure trying to go for the slug play here.
And did not bump that time. Unfortunate. Oh, he got it immediately though. There you go.
And Blight going back around, trying to see where these survivors are. Seeing it there over by the main building, and we do see scratch marks here.
Yeah, they're trying to. Is there a region over here? Like, well then.
Avi's favorite perk being used right there, a good old blast mine, slowing the Blight down and giving us a bit of a surprise as we do see what looks to be a reset here by the survivors as Nancy does get healed. Looks like there's at least 2 of them here by the bus as well. And so the survivors trying to do their best to reclaim some pressure here as the Blight almost closed the game out.
Goodness, it's so fast! And they still found them. Man, I'd just be bumping and crashing and not finding anybody. Keen everything on this Blight, and Kate trying to get away, but yeah, nothing at all. Just a dump truck.
Yep, going down once again. Now, Unbreakable, I do believe has been used, and we'll have to see if that plays a role in things as the gen and main very well progressed. And it looks like Blight knows that someone's nearby, but does not get the hit as we see them instead go up to the hill and potentially run away with a balanced landing.
Yep, there is a 3-gen right here in this section. That's probably why they're trying so hard to get that specific gen, because this one over here is the only one that's really far. Unless you're gonna 99 it. Yeah, that's a little bit of progression on it.
I mean, it is a possibility of Deadlock. That is a bit of counterplay as you're able to 99 the farthest gen, allow Deadlock to only hit that one, and since Scourge Pain Resonance isn't allowed, that is a valid strategy. It is interesting seeing Ruin used instead, which makes a lot of sense, but that being said, this gen is primed and ready, 4 cylinders going, and these fires are leaving gens very early and playing this very safe.
Yeah, they either have to, I think either 1 or 2 are committing themselves to this gen, just keep tapping it to distract the Blight, and maybe doing this one right here where he's going to. No. Oh yeah, there is some progress. Yeah, that's typically what I would do, because whenever there's a really good progress gen, I always tell my team if I'm flipping, go to another one because they'll probably be focusing on this one.
Yep. Exactly, though. We see scratch marks. It looks like blood here, too. That there is the Nancy, but not an explanation for the blood that I thought I saw, though I could be mistaken, as Nancy will make the fall into this tile, though it is pretty weak as there is no pallet for her to use. And we will see the 4th gen popping off, Deadlock hitting the one in main, and Blight not going for a swing there on the window, surprisingly.
Wow, that was a good rush right there. Yeah, we are 3-gen locked now, so now they gotta do a fight of the last while injured, by the way, unless they decide to reset. If they're out, there we go. Yeah, we got A's reset. And Nancy right here just taking the ball. Oh, she's stuck here unless you can vault out that window and get away.
Yeah, that's actually really well played by the Nancy there, as we saw the Blight fatigue out, knowing that she has the time, will end up going back to this style here, but it's still blocked from their prior chase, so Nancy in a bit of a rough spot as they will end up going down, but I think the Blight's going to continue to slug out plan as we do see the ace here now with the flashlight in hand.
Yeah, Kay right now is probably doing the main building gen. Never mind, she was healing.
Yeah, and Ace forcing the pick, but knowing that Kate was healing means that the Blight doesn't have to worry about that gen.
Yeah, no, he's dropping. He's going for that 4K. Let's go. Go find that Kate.
Yeah, now just trying to find her in time. However, this could be a repeat scenario of last time as well, as we did see that full pickup, same exact scenario, but the Kate getting found, getting hit as well. I think without the Unbreakable, this is going to end a little bit differently, as we are going to see the full slug out.
I believe so, because Shock Pallet is gone as well, so there's nothing to work here unless Kate has good legs here. Nope, no pallet, nothing else, just rocks and trees. There you go.
And that there will be the down 3-man slug on the board, 1 gen remaining. And now it comes down to whether or not the Blight can find these survivors before they bleed out on the ground, as the most progressed survivor has about 2 minutes to go.
Alright, let's see. They crawl to a hiding spot. I know both of them are in the same section, but do they stay or do they go?
And that is the question of the day. I could have sworn I maybe heard a survivor, but there is the Nancy, who was the closest one to progressing to a bleed out, leaving just 1 more survivor here. I believe the Ace, with just over 2 minutes on their clock. And I mean, Blight is pretty speedy, pretty quick to be able to venture across the map, so I imagine they will end up finding him. But sure enough, there he is.
There he is. A lot of pools are telling. Oh, he just like, I'm just gonna leave you there to taste the floor for a bit.
Yeah, I wonder if they're waiting to have the Nancy progress to 2nd stage before hooking the Ace. I'm not entirely sure why, because I think we saw a Deliverance, as I did see a broken stats effect, but I wasn't paying a close enough attention. Was it a for the people or a Deliverance? That is the thought there.
Oh, I see. Okay. True, there is a good possibility of either one. Hollywood taking a little bit of time, and yeah, like you said, they could wait till the last itty bitty second. Just make it a big old surprise.
Yeah, but I think what the Blight is worried about the most is that it's the Ace with Deliverance, because if they hook them as they're on 2nd stage, they could then try and suicide out, allow the Ace to deli off, and then go to Hatch. So I think the Blight is waiting as long as possible to either close Hatch in front of the Ace, denying him that potential escape opportunity, or to hook him once both survivors have already progressed to death.
Yeah, that is true. Does he even have a hook in this area? He should.
There's basement. There's basement at the very least.
Okay, true. Oh, this one right there. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm over here. Siding. Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
Yeah, but there's about less than a minute now on the clock, but even shorter amount of time on that last hook stay as well, about 30 seconds there. It's actually pretty close as far as the timing between the two, so the Blight will definitely have to pick here in just a few moments, lest they risk a bleed out on the Ace, who I believe has yet to be hooked so far this trial.
And the bleed out on Nancy is slightly lower than Ace, so he cannot even say. Just gonna have to just carry him for a little bit and hook. There we go. Perfect.
Yep, there's the final hook stage. Nancy goes back to the campfire via the entity, and Ace will follow suit as well. Though there's a little bit of time here. I think Ace might be able to deli off if he has it in hand. He might just have enough time, but no Deliverance from the Ace. So just a little bit of over precaution here from the Blight, but it worked out in their favor as they do secure the 4K at 1 gen remaining.
Very well done. A lot of fighting back and a lot of tug of war is going on though so far.
Yeah, absolutely. But with that being said, well played by both teams, and we are now going to be switching sides here. All right, and we are back for trial number 2, set number 1, Tremor versus Vice, with Vice killing against Tremor's survivor team, and they are going to need to get a 4K at 4 gens to tie, and at 3 gens or less in order to secure victory.
Well, let's see. Let's see if this Splay is also very speedy. Also, that Corrupt is very splayed. Well, it's not split, I'm sorry. It's like very wide apart. Oh, we see a totem there. We see a totem.
Yeah, we do see another totem. I imagine these survivors are aware that is, in fact, a Hex Ruin in the mix once again. So same build as we saw in the last trial. The question is, will this Ruin get more value in comparison to the one prior, which was cleansed very early into the match?
Yeah, this map you can pretty much predict where the totems could be, and unfortunately now that one it was okay. He's kind of tucked in. Oh, let's Adam with an awkward. Oh, Oh, I thought he was gonna leave him for a second there. He did leave him. Okay.
Yeah, Blight realizing that Adam got a little bit of distance, especially with the number of tokens of Blight of Rush in hand. But Kate with the Palace Sun out of nowhere. I was actually surprised that she wasn't on the totem, figuring that she was nearby enough to have seen it, but apparently not. As Kate now will be in chase. The Blight trying to get the hit here, but sliding off of the geometry, just not able to connect.
Yep. Every time I get chased by a Blight or a Wesker and they try, to do the hug pick, I'm like, all right, geometry time. Let's see what you can do here.
Yeah, exactly. But Blight doing a really good recovery there, getting the hit on the last Blighted Rush. And Kate, greeting that pallet, and it does not work out for her.
It does not indeed. That Blight is too strong of a hit right there. Trying to crawl away to some calm corner here, but Blight is taking care of with the hook right here. And the three, what is the 3 gen over here? Were the gens blocked on this side? They were, right? Back here?
They were blocked a little bit, but there was a few active gens. We do see 1 gen popped off in the distance, so 1 gen down out of 4 for the tie condition, out of 3 for the win. And as of right now, we know 3 out of the 4 perks. 4th perk still a little bit of known, but otherwise we know Brutal Strength, Ruin, and Corrupt Intervention. And a 4 of the people there from the Claudette, a very greedy one at that.
Yeah, because there's nothing to defend yourself with here at all. So unfortunately, while it was helpful, now she's down.
Yeah, it stops the potential for a tunnel out, but now you're giving them a fresh hook instead, which could be just as beneficial. Obviously, the Blight still looking at the 4K in the end, so not as clear cut whether or not it matters one way or another. But no surprise on that Ruin. Ruin's still doing a lot of work here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, this one, instead of visually finding a totem, you can also hear it. You hear a little quick crackling of fire. But I guess there's so much action going on, a lot of focusing to get gens done, to get that win condition, that they may not hear that crackling of fire.
Yeah, indeed, and we do see Claudia get unhooked. Was it a self-unhook or not, as Claudia is still broken from the 4 people, so it could potentially be a deliverance in play. We do see the Blight find Claudia and get the down.
In the same area.
Yeah, just there's nothing over here, so Survivors taking chases here just are going to be at a disadvantage. No decisive strike either, so that will be a second hook here for the Claudette, making her 1 hook away from being sent back to campfire via the end.
I think I saw scratchies by the tile where the Ruin is for a moment, but yeah, I think the K may have saved her, or me, I'm sorry. But either way, unfortunately, Claudia still went down.
Yeah, looks like Nia will be doubling back over towards the shack. Going to instead drop that chase entirely, and suspecting that someone's nearby, but does not look to be the case as 2nd gen popping off here.
Yeah, we got some gens. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they're working on them.
Yeah, there's the 3rd gen now, so this is actually pretty significant, because now at this point in time, Vice's killer is going to need to get the 4K before another gen is completed. Otherwise, we'll move to the tie condition, as we do see the unhook there on the Claudia. I imagine we're going to see the tunnel out attempt here, as Adam is going to be right behind them for the body block, but just a little bit farther away than the Claudia probably would like.
We did have a pallet back here, however, I think that's all that we have, because this area is pretty much dead zone for anybody. Oh boy. Oh, nice block. I think that was a block.
Yeah, the Adam just getting right in between the Blight and the Claudette. It was a very tight squeeze. Sometimes the Blight can get through that during the Blighted Rush, but not able to this time. Claudette will re-drop that pallet. Blight taking the break, and looks like they will commit to the chase.
Oh boy. Yeah, she did have pretty good amount of pallets once she got out of the main building, but yeah, there we go. Another gen gone.
Yep, and so the win condition now off the table. We are now at a tie condition here. If Vice's Killer Pets is able to get the 4K here, as well, will be sent back to campfire via the entity, resulting in a 3v1 scenario. But I'm not sure if that is going to be enough here, as I think it might be just a little bit too late.
We found Kate here. And I believe Shackside is still pretty strong with pallets and tiles to use, but... Oh, we got Adam instead.
You would be correct, but Adam caught out here in this tile. No pallets around. There's the revolve, but the down will happen in tow. And picking here might not be the right choice. We saw this kind of with Osaka making a similar decision of whether to pick or go for Slug. And I think with the amount of progress on these gens, going for Slug may have been the play.
Yep. There's a gen nearby, I believe, that he was protected for a little bit. I think it was like the gen to his left. But are there 3 gens? I don't know if I pay attention to that. There's one in...
It's close enough for the Blight for it to be considered a 3 gen, I would say. That being said, Kate with the fake at the window. We're really daring play, but working out for them as Blight will go for the rush, getting the hit to boot, and Kate will make their way over towards Shaq, it looks like.
Blight said, no, I'm not going there.
Yeah, honestly... The smartest move here, because Survivor's still on these generators.
Yep.
Keep in mind, Ruin now has expired, and we are going to see the 4th perk to be Pop Sizzle. Interestingly enough, Ruin actually may have been a detriment to the Blight here, as they may have been able to use Pop and Rest Gens a whole lot more if Ruin was not in play.
True. Yeah, Ruin has been a strong perk for... It stayed up a long... dang time, typically what it usually does. But go ahead.
I think the biggest thing, the issue with Rune was, I think they're expecting to get the tool up a whole lot earlier, thinking that they were going to have top towards the, mid to early game, but because they didn't, and we saw those 4 people for the longer chases, it ended up being more detrimental than beneficial.
Yeah, true. Oh, it is a geometry tile. Ray went ahead and break it.
Yeah. Just gonna go for that brutal strength. Hitting the Nia now. All survivors injured, so playing a really good position here.
Big old snowball potential here if they have a good eyeball. Gonna use our pop here.
Yeah, when you got it, you got it. You better use it, as you're going to get 30% progression of that generator. As we do see a very clean pallet stun there from the Nia, but with a brutal strength that's not going to give Nia a lot of distance to work with.
Oh man, definitely not unless we can curve. Okay, yeah, we just stuck here in these rocks. Come corner it is.
Yeah, however, we saw Adam and Kate heal up, meaning that they are not on gens. Reminder, the survivors only need to get 1 more generator in order to secure victory here in set number 1.
Scratch marks by main. They're all being busy over there.
Yeah, it looks like a ball out of the window as well. Blight looking around, trying to see what gens are currently being worked on. And looks like the majority of these gens are dead in the water.
Yep. I think in this case, I would work on the one they've been trying to work on, and maybe the one that's closest to Crane, potentially. That the farthest run from each other, and the PT hits.
Yeah, really close call there by the Nia. I want to say that was probably on the 10th second there, as we do see Kate reach off the pallet. Blight wanted to go for a bit more pressure here, injuring the survivors, but dropping chase on the Kate. Maybe a bit worried about the gen.
Oh, I heard the Nia, but I think, yeah, he cares more about the gen, and I don't blame him, because Adam has been alone for a good while on it, so I'm sure he's been working on something. Oh yeah, he's been working on that gen right there.
Yeah, we see Adam here in the corner. Looks like they're going to take a hit. No pallets in sight. We talked about this earlier. There's no resources back here. There's the window vault in main, but Blight has already opened up the doors. It's a very risky play, as Blight does kind of flick around. I think it's dead hard from the Adam, but it did not connect, and so a bit of wasted usage.
Unfortunately. Oh. There's some hooks left on this side. I wonder if Light's gonna save the... I mean, there could be some other hooks nearby as well, but the more we use them, the less we have. This one right there. Pop to... Hey!
Just insult to injury every time with those blast mines. It might be such an inconsequential thing in the moment, but it definitely is very demoralizing when you get hit by that as a killer.
It's like whenever you do so well, like how this Blight has been doing pretty dang well, then Blast is like, nope, there you go. That's what you get for being too good.
Exactly. That being said, if Adam hooked here in the 3 gen, gonna be really difficult for these Survivors to break on it, but they did find a way and get the unhook. Looks like that might be a Nia here trying to guide the Adam away, but Blight not really interested. Will take the BT hit from Adam, not wasting any time, and looks like they will pursue Chase as the gens are pretty well regressed.
Ooh, this side is also very empty though. Can we do something with the hill? Ooh, very nicely done.
Yeah, great dodge there from the Adam. A bounce landing, going to bring him over to Shaq. Blight going to drop Chase in that case, as they didn't mend anyways. We did see scratch marks make their way from that gen.
Yeah, they are working on the more separate gens, so that's good on them. But Bly is very attentive to his mortars here. I think every pallet might be gone in the whole map, if you think about it.
I mean, they definitely have used their resources, and I will say this gen actually has some decent progression. Blake probably thinking about wanting to have a pop in hand to get that regress by 30%. That being said, Kate being very daring here by staying as close to the Blade as she has, but will get the vault towards the Shack. No light either, so Blake gonna be in a really good position to get this down.
God damn. I'm pretty sure they're two working on that gem far back there, but we'll see. Unless they're separated again to try not to lose progression on that gem that was right in front of them right here.
Yeah. It's kind of now or never on this gen. If they get it, they get the win. They're both here. You see the down on the Adam. Mia with the hit. Do they get it in time? They do!
They got it! Worth it. Worth it. I bet it's worth it.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely worth it. If he had stayed a millisecond longer on that gen, I was really concerned the Blight was going to get the pick off the gen, and the gen was not going to be complete. So really well done here by the Survivors, just narrowly claiming the win condition here.
Well done. And Kate, Kate also did some contribution by running the Blight as long as she could in that area. It was enough. It was very much enough to just pick at the last pedal there.
Yeah, indeed. So GG well played to both sides. And that being said, that is going to be Tremor walking away victorious here in set number 1. Do not worry though, as we do have set number 2 coming up right after. All right, and we are back for trial number 3, set number 2, Vice killing against Tremor's Survivor team on the Father Campbell's Chapel as the Plague.
Oh god, you know, I really love that weapon with the gumball, but one thing that I'm very disappointed is that it's literally a wallpaper.
I know, that was like, I saw it the first time. I was so excited for like gumballs to be rattling around when you smack a Survivor over the head with it, and it's just like a static like sticker. And I'm like, you could have done so much with it.
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know why I keep thinking something that comes from Sonic or something. It looks so sticker like. Oh, it's so unfortunate, but yeah, they could have done some rattling with it, just smacking people around, or even gumballs falling out of it too.
Either ways, it would have been so good. That being said, Kate now in chase, like trying to get the pallets done and the infection, and they will get the hit and the infection as well. So Play got exactly what they wanted. Survivors are aware that there is no thanatophobia, however.
Oh, there is not. Eesh. Good vault there. No hit at the window going towards Shack, but it's Plague. No, Plague said no.
Yep.
Plague said no.
Plague said, nope, not want to chase that. Also, probably a little bit miffed about the fast vault there, as the fast vault's still in effect until the Alien chapter does go live, where it is getting reverted. That being said, we see an infection there on the gen, has a little bit of progress, but the question is the Survivor still nearby? And looks like they are going to go around infecting gens a little bit more.
Yep. Maurice right there. I like to call that, I always call that gen Maurice gen now. That way people know where I'm at. The fact that we got him back, now we can pinpoint him as gen spot.
Yeah, you know, a pretty good landmark, I would say. That being said, some scratch marks going up to main, but no sign of the virus. They're doing a really good job keeping the Plague at bay and not giving them free value here. So that being said, Corrupt Invention is now over, no down as of yet, as we do see Kate now in Shack, and we're going to see another perk of the Plagues, which is, in fact, a Bamboozle.
Oh, yeah, that is a bam. But Kate, I don't know if Kate realized it. Yeah, because she's staying at Shack. Oh, but yeah, dropping the Shack. But she probably realized it the moment that she went inside. if you have a
Yeah.
shock palette.
The question is whether or not there's anything nearby. Kate may be hoping for a bit of a mind game from the Plague, but it did not work out in their favor, as this will be the first down and potentially first hook here for Vice's killer. And we'll have to wait and see if there are any other perks revealed here, as right now, just Corruption Dimension and Bamboozle, but that there is a Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, regressing most progressed gen by 25%.
Yep. Now we got 3 perks out of the are known to us. Last one is yet to be revealed. We shall find out.
Sooner rather than later, I would imagine. That being said, Plague, once again, just going around, going to infect the gens to slow the game down just a bit. They have a really strong pool right there. This would be the perfect time for them to grab that, as it is a full minute of not infection, but of their power that could result in them securing the hook stage here, but Survivor's coming in just in the nick of time, and looks like Claudette will take the infection, and Plague will go for the throw out.
Yep. Oh, luckily this door is not all closed. That if he had to break the door, she would have definitely lost some momentum there. But she still got the Kate.
Yeah, a really good chase there for the Plague, and no decisive strike here from the Kate, but 2 gens popping off through the Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. Honestly, I think the 1-for-1 trade here on this Scourge Hook would have been the better bet. The Plague now going to grab their power, potentially trying to secure second stage, or rather third stage, and death for Kate. Either that or a trade on whoever might be their unhooker, as Claudette now fully infected, leaving just the Ace and the Nia to potentially come in for the unhook.
Yeah, there were some survivors in that gen. I saw Scratch my friend, unless they were fading just right. But she tried to get a little cheeky hit over the gen there. They were crouching behind it. No one in main building. Actually, lies, there was someone in main building. But we're focusing on our hook.
These survivors do a fantastic job. Just whenever the Plague comes nearby, they're already gone every time. Just perfect callouts and communication of exactly where the Plague's going, what their movements are. But right now, it's looking like this will result in death hook for Kate, unless the survivors willing to come in for a 1-for-1 trade. As, keep in mind, the Plague can hit survivors through the person on hook. It's one of the really unique things about Plague's power.
Yep, true. Yeah, Plague has a double hit, even triple. She can pretty much hit multiple people if they're on the same circle with her red puke. Very beneficial.
Yeah, indeed. That being said, we see that the survivors here are working on that gen, and Plague, interestingly enough, going to take their second pool here of 3, choosing to now potentially chase out the Ace, who has been harassing this gen.
Yeah, someone has been trying to get that dead zone gen done. That would be me, honestly. I'm always doing the dangerous dead zone cursed gens because I like to suffer like that.
And it makes a lot of sense, but we do see a infected Claudette here in the back of Carnival. Plague trying to get a little bit of mind game going and get the down, but Claudette just narrowly dodging and not going to risk dropping that pallet and getting down by the Plague, but Plague just going to hold their ground. Claude doing a fantastic job looping around this pallet.
Oh, man. That's unfortunate. That's a calm spirit, or is that a spectator bug?
I want to say it may have been calm spirit, as we didn't hear the scream on the down. I guess we'll find out on the hook here.
Yeah.
And no, there's a scream. So, just spectator bugs doing spectator bug things, as we do see a Scourge Hook Pain Resonance incoming, regressing the most progressed gen. Want to note, it's not this gen. This gen here was not the one regressed, which means that there's another one about to pop off.
Yep. The main building one is very far out. Well, these two are like kind of tied in progression-ish. Yeah, they're very close to each other too.
Yeah, but I imagine that we're going to see a 3rd gen pop off here in just a few moments, and sure enough, there it is. It's one of those things when you have like the killer mentality and you see that one gen that's like 99 isn't regressing from Scourge, you go, oh god, there's another one somewhere.
Oh yeah. All right, survivors are backing off from this little section here with the hook and the gen are pretty near each other.
Yeah, Plague in a good spot here. They're able to kind of surveil this choke point here making sure that the survivors are unable to get into Carnival. We see the survivor on hook about to go to second stage. They're able to defend the gen as well. Though Plague going really far out here, and I'm not exactly sure why. They may have seen something that I didn't even see, either whether it be crows or scratch marks as they are combing through that side of Carnival and now going back to this gen.
And unfortunately, there was a really big window of a chance to get the unhook, but I guess they're probably just pumping gen somewhere.
Yeah, it would seem like it. They have one more over on Jack's side that they probably will complete. I think survivors knowing that a 1-for-1 exchange here will result in a Scourge Hook Pain Residence activation, slowing things down just a bit, but no sign of these survivors whatsoever. Plague being very diligent and finding the Nia.
Yep, Nia has been caught out. I think she's been trying to maybe sneak up on the hook, I guess. Unfortunately, that's definitely gonna be a trade here. Unless she gets a tunnel out here.
Guaranteed hook trade. We did see the 4th gen popping off. Ace must be on the gen, but another Scourge Hook coming in for another 25% regression on the most progressed gen. And it looks like it probably was the one that was hit before, rather not hit before over here, that was still regressing from the kick. And looks like a survivor did come by and touch it as it is no longer regressing.
Yep. Yeah, we got a Dead Zone gen, we got a Carnival gen, and the one main. So it's it's spread, but unfortunately there's a hook right there where it's pretty much the pinpoint of everything. So good for the Plague, bad for the survivors because they're both infected and injured.
Yeah, that's the thing right now. I mean, they need to send someone in to get this unhook, but they need to cleanse to do so. Honestly, they're in a good position to cleanse over by Shaq or in the opposite corner. A little bit of lag there. Not sure if that's for the Plague, not sure if that's for us or the spectator or what, but things going all over the place. That being said, Survivor's in a good position to cleanse and potentially send Claudette, who has already been hooked once, to get the unhook. And I think that would be the right play, as that denies the Plague the potential for Scourge Hook value. But looks like Claudette actually back here working on the Carnival gen. A very daring move, to say the least, as we will see the survivor on hook progress. No, they get the unhook just in the nick of time.
Just the nick of time for the unhook as well. We got the unhook away. Hopefully they can now maybe get some pullback here. But as long as Claudette can keep up the chase for a good while, maybe they can, a life.
Yeah, life coming in clutch, to say the least, as Bloodlust kicks in for the Plague.
Yeah, we got I'm surprised the pallet's still down. I thought she broke it, but with this pallet down, Claudia has pretty much 2 pallets to go back and forth with if they can time it correctly. However, this might be a down.
Yeah. Bloodlust 2 just kicking in strong. Claudette going to be put on the hook for the 2nd time here. And that is going to leave the Ace and the Nia to complete this 5th generator. And actually, correction, Claude being sent back to campfire via the entity. 5th gen being completed. The exit gate's now powered. The question is, can one of these 2 survivors escape via the exit gate?
Let's see. Oh, well.
Yeah, that there, friends, is a no way out. And Nia in a bit of a pickle here, as Shaq Pallet now down, Bamboozle coming into play. And I don't think there's a lot in the way of resources in the immediate area. The question is whether or not these survivors are going to be able to get Ace out of the exit gate, as they have yet to be hooked. So a fresh escape here would be huge for these survivors, to say the least.
Yeah, Nia doing a pretty okay job at this 3 lane here. Going to a pallet. Very okay. We got a pallet. Oi! I think she crashed into the hook there, Shibit.
Yeah, very aggressive swing there by the Plague. We are going to see the hook here, which does mean that the Plague needs to take time to kick the hatch, unless they suspect the Ace to be on the X gate with no way out now ended. And even that's dangerous, but there he is. There's the Ace. So a bit of a gamble on the part of the Plague, but it works out in their favor, as it looks like we're going to see a 4K here in favor of the Plague.
Unless Ace can make some magic happen, he can potentially make it to shot. I highly doubt it, but he's making his way. No, he's not. Never mind. I thought he was going to try and make his way there, because all the pallets are pretty much set up on this side of the map.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, to say the least, as we do see the drop there. Looks like Plague at this point is just going to bloodlust him down. We see the firecracker attempt there, but Ace will go down at the pallet. So carrying the 4K here for Vice. So, well played by both sides, but Plague just coming up on top here. And that will mean that Tremor's killer is going to need to get a 4K at 4 gens or less in order to secure victory. And that being said, looks like Plague just enjoying the swinging gumballs, hoping that they would rattle around here.
Tick tock, tick tock. So they really need to really focus and prioritize this gumball. Okay, they have to.
Yes, that is like the next update I want to see. I want those gumballs animated. But with that being said, we are going to be switching sides now. All right, and we are back for trial number 4, set number 2, Tremor killing against Vice's Survivor team. And the win condition here, folks, is going to be a 4K at 3 gens completed or less. Otherwise, we are going to set number 3.
Ew.
With that being said, Plague out on the prowl trying to infect these gens, and so far no sign of the survivors.
This corrupt is very separated. Like it's clearly a 3-line gen, but it's very separated. So it's not very tight. So I think the other side is where the 3-gen strat is at, if anything. It looks like we found a survivor here in the what's this thing called again? This
The
thing.
carnival.
Carnival.
the carriage, the carnival,
There you go.
Maurice's gen, what have you. But either way, is Kate doing a great job here, going to get the vault, and it looks like a life to boot. Surprised the Plague did not infect that vault there, and looks like they are just going for the infection on the survivor and not infecting the things around them, but getting the infection there on the pallet this time around, and Kate in a bit of a rough spot, but Plague going for a early down attempt here.
Kate is actually extending the chase. This is actually well done because that side of the carriage is blocked, therefore making it longer for the Plague to catch up to her. So well done to taking some time away for the team to do some gens on the other side. Yeah, because she's running her at the corrupt, mind you. So gens some are getting done somewhere.
Yeah, the question is where, and keep in mind the Plague did infect the other gens as well. We're not seeing any infections thus far, so it's possible that the survivors are just not on gens right now, waiting for the infection to pass.
That's unfortunate because Kate is doing a lot of work right now, trying to kill a lot of time. Hopefully it's oh yeah, she might go down here.
Yeah, looks like she will. A really good chase though by the Kate, to say the least.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm saying, like, it's unfortunate that there were no gens to repay her chase there. But we'll see. Maybe they do have something up their sleeve. Who knows?
We'll have to wait and see. That being said, first hook incoming. Plague looking around, trying to identify what hook they want to bring him to. And looks like they're going to bring him here next to this active gen with just a little bit of progress. And that there will be a Scourge Hook Pain Residence, regressing the most progressed gen by 25%.
Yep. Okay, no one in sight, and again, yeah, there's no one, they're refusing to get sick. People do not want the cooties, except for the unhook.
Yep, and looks like Lori, forced to get infected, will take the unhook. Plague with a little bit more infection to boot. There's going to be a light here from the Kate. I think Plague may be forgetting that, as we do see the first gen popping off in the distance, but Plague wanting to go for the early kill here is going to continue on the Kate. I mean, beyond the fact that Kate has a ton of distance to work with, this might be a mistake in a sense that she just did a fantastic job in chase, though Pop Goes Weasel going to come and play and regressing that gen the Ace was on.
Back to 0, pretty much. And Ace, pallet, yeah, but with the with the expense of getting sick anyway. I think Kate may have stayed at Shack because the scratch marks does seem pretty fresh. Yep. Uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah, and Plague choosing Vancia, grabbing their devotion from the pool, and Plague gonna go for the mind game here. Doesn't even need their power.
That scared me. I don't know why. I thought while she was getting her power, I thought Kate was gonna run away, just W it, but no, they just stayed in the tile zone.
Yeah, no, Kate's trying their best, but not able to make it work as they'll be put on the hook for the second time. Ace infected still. Adam still pretty much allowed to work on any gen unfettered, as we will see Ace progress to fully infected. Plague looking around for the survivors, trying to find where they might be while they still have their power in hand.
Yeah, this is the unfortunate outcome. I have seen survivors refuse to get sick, and I'm over here like, yeah, I'm just gonna touch this gen. But I could see why they may not want to do it. They just don't want to give information.
Yeah, that is fair. Second gen, though, popping off here. Adam getting found with the Plague's power still in hand. This might result in a really quick down unless there's a bounce landing. Plague, sensing there might be, will drop Chase, though, and will instead go back to Shaq to ensure they secure their kill in basement.
Yep. Yeah. But maybe someone could be like maybe right now. There's someone near the shack right now would be the perfect opportunity to get this hook. Unless they are repaying back for what they could have done earlier and they just pumping gens. Yeah, I think Clover is out.
Yep, first survivor out of the game at 3 gens remaining. I mean, Plague's in a good spot here, but reminder, as far as the win condition is concerned, he can only give one more gen. Another gen completed here after will result in victory here for the survivor team. A 99 sprint burst from the ace will get him some distance, but not enough to get to the window. That there will be a down and a potential for a Scourge Hook Pain residence.
Yep. Well, the gens, we have one in main. We did a carnival. Yeah, they got gens on the other side right now. So, yeah, they're pretty spread out. They could choose whatever gen they want at this point. So, we'll see.
Yeah, but another Scourge Hook coming in, regressing the most progressed gen. Looks like the one in main still regressing, and Adam caught out of place here. Play gonna go for the Vault and Bamboozle to boot. But looks like Adam gonna make their way towards Shaq, and Play going to say, you know what, never mind, I'm gonna check the gens elsewhere.
Yeah, we found the Lori now, but they're not even going for the Lori. That was an LT. I feel like LTs are a little bit like, maybe like 70-30. It could lean in against the killer a little bit, because especially with the red power that she's got going. But I think it's out right now, right? Yeah, it's out right now.
Yeah, it is out, but with a pop in hand still for a little bit, not looking to kick the gen the Lord is working on. Instead, just going to reduce some resources here. Keep in mind, Adam just injured, Lori infected, meaning they can cleanse and end up getting some value here. But looks like we're going to go to this unsafe pallet. Lori getting a little bit of distance, but going to fake that pallet there. Plague, I think, just trying to bloodlust her out.
Yep, most like this is probably what's going to happen. Oh, man. Yep, that little panic vault.
And looks like they are going to get another Scourge Hook here, regressing this progress gen by 25%. We saw the Lori's gen was below 50. The one up in main also pretty well regressed as well. I mean, the Plague is in a good position here, especially with another pop in hand. Honestly, I think the Plague can make this work.
I think so too. I mean, the momentum right now is slowed down for sure. They were at it pretty well for a while, and sadly, the gen progression went down a little bit after, unfortunately, after Kate died. So we'll see.
Plague gonna get the kick in, but a blast mine. The Plague probably regretting kicking a gen this little progressed now. And they have not checked the one over here in a while. I'm a little bit concerned about that. I think Plague is too. And we'll venture over for a quick look as we do see Adam. Ooh, this has a lot more progression. I imagine Plague kind of kicking themselves for popping the gen with Blast Mine with like one cylinder going in comparison to this gen here.
Yep. Agreed. Oh, we said, oh, I think it's low altered that, must be.
Yeah, it sounded like a potential slow vault, but Adam just pre-dropping pallet after pallet. Plague now in a position, though, to bloodlust that Adam out and potentially get us down. But Adam not dropping, instead going to greet this pallet. But I imagine they won't do so a second time.
Oh Lord, yeah, this is a okay, I was gonna say this is a tile to be careful with, because Plague does have bamboozle. She could block that window. Yeah, and still, oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, gets the hit. They need to get this hook ASAP, whether it be a Scourge Hook or a pop. It doesn't matter. They need to get it now. Lets the gen right next to Jack get completed, and or another one for that matter.
Hopefully that, or they're doing the main gen. They have many options. They're all spread apart, but at the for sure. Oh, they did that one instead.
Yeah, looks like they've been working on this one. In, pop goes coming in. The Plague assuming that the gen that got regressed was one next to Shaq. That's a dangerous assumption to make here, because that's not the case. They're in a world of hurt, but Ace just casually walking by with sprint first in hand, and looks like they will get the pallet in time.
Ooh. Okay, I was gonna say there's a lot of patience happening here from both sides, and unfortunately Ace fell for that impatience and dropped the pallet, and now we're working with the ulti. Yeah, we got it the win. Okay.
And there's the slug out. So at this point in time, Plague in a pretty good position, but Ooh, hold on 1 second. I think I may have been onto something here because that gen didn't regress from Scourgehook. That's still on 3 cylinders. I'm genuinely wondering now what other gen it hit.
Yeah. Main building was that. Okay, maybe this one? Because I think no, we kicked down with Pop, I believe. And the main building, or was the main building? Oh, I forgot already. One or the
Yeah,
other.
it's hard to say, but Scourgehook Paid Resonance now down and out. Pop going to be backing in. I imagine the Plague going to be making their way over to that gen to pop it, though. Seeing Scratch Marks and Blood kind of getting tempted to away from that gen, but not going to fall for that bait. Instead, going back to this generator, and for good reason. We see, I think, the Lori here on it as well.
Oh, Lord, look at this. Oh, man.
You know what I would have really been impressed by is them getting the blast mine and them completing it underneath the Plague's nose. That would have been just like so heartbreaking for the Plague.
I am a devil. I do that all the time.
It's such an amusing thing to do, but it's so heartbreaking for the killer. Lori, though, going to be getting the vault here at the LT, while Plague with the fake out will get the down. The question is, what other gens are these fires on? And looks like Plague will slug out for a hot minute, thinking that these fires might be on the gen, and sure enough, there is some scratch marks here.
Yep. We're trying to work with this core. Oh yeah, we're doing window, but Adam was here priorly. He got caught out. Now the window is blocked unless we just go to the LT again, where Lori is at as well.
Yeah, and we saw Ace there as well coming in for the pickup. Lori getting picked up and no hit on the window due to the fast vault. Lori and Adam kind of both getting caught out. We see Ace kind of making their way over towards main, and Lori and Adam here at the pallet. Lori, though, getting caught out in the corner. I think the Plague needs to get this down, needs to get the hook, and go back for the pop ASAP.
Yeah, we're gonna pick, and I think that the hook there is still available, so hopefully they can make it. Yeah, they have this hook right there. Oh, this is a race to be.
Yeah, and we see what looked like a fast vault there into this tile, maybe trying to get there fast enough to get the gen completed, but I don't think it is progressed enough, and no, sure enough, it is not.
Oh, not, man, the chunk of the disc perk gets you. Now, that one though.
Yeah, this one has some pretty good progression to Ace holding their sprint burst. Plague trying to mind game it out, and looks like they will get some distance here for what it's worth, but they need to get this down ASAP. Ace not going to vault it into the Plague, and looks like they're going to make their way to the Carnival. I don't know if the Plague can take this chase and try and get the pop. I think Survivors have split the gens well enough.
Yeah, these two are the gens that are being touched right now, and she's focusing on this one a little bit too much as well. This one, so yeah, she glanced over at that one, so it's a good opportunity to decide with the main or the far one next to main. Yeah, so whenever a killer is aware of a very progressed gen, that is the cue to do another one, because that way they're not gonna be, paying attention to the other ones as much as like see she's staying on this side right now, and we cleanse.
Ooh. Yeah, we see it cleanse, and honestly, that's a really good spot to cleanse. It's very far out from where the Plague can go, and that's the biggest thing. Whenever people say just don't cleanse against Plague, it's like, no, you cleanse against Plague, and you do it in a position that forces the Plague to never go to it, and that's exactly what we're seeing here, where the Plague can by no means ever get that power.
Yeah, if she wants it, she's gotta travel, and if she does get it, she could get some value, but that's depending on where she catches these survivors. Ace is back on that gen that she just you got it.
Yep, there is the 4th generator. That there will be the win condition here for Vice's Survivor team, as that is now a tie set, which will force a set 3 here in this match.
Yeah, yep. Got it going. That was a race. That was a tight one for all of these. Like, there was a potential slug out going, and somehow we still saved it. Oh, God.
Yeah, really close call there for the Ace, but honestly, both sides did an amazing job. Plague did an amazing job managing these generators, and that being said, another near miss for the Ace as they do another fast vault and make their way back toward Shack.
Whoa! Oh my! Well,
A celebrating a little bit too much there, and looks like we are going to be dropping chase as the Plague a little bit concerned about the next gen popping off, and for good reason.
Ooh.
3 cylinders pop in, another blast mine, 2 boots, and I mean at this point I think it is a losing battle as these survivors are doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, the gen spread is immaculate. It's actually pretty large. So whether she tries to stay here, they can still work on the gen by Shaq again. You know, yeah, it's a little bit of a tough call here. Oh, but that gen is so close. She needs a. Oh wait, she might already be out of Scourge Hook tokens, I believe. Yeah.
Yep, yeah, she's completely out of Scourge Hook. The only perk she has
Pop.
available to her right now is Pop and Bamboozle, which we're seeing some Bamboozle, but realistically speaking, it looks like we're seeing it down in the comp corner. 5th gen popping off, no adrenaline to be had, and I believe this will be Lori sent back to the campfire via the entity.
Oh yeah, we're very sure 2 out. If they're doing the door by the farthest door over there by Carnival. If they're over there. If not, she could maybe. Well, the door's right there. She just walked past it, so they have to be on the other door.
Yeah, that would make the most sense, but I think the survivors are first going to probably cleanse. And, oh, hold on. A light there on that exit gate. Survivors being a little bit gutsy here, to say the least.
It's probably, yeah. I want to say it's Adam, because I think, well, Ace cleansed a while back.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we see Adam here, so it looks like the Plague will probably result in a 3K here. We'll have to wait and see if the Ace is able to escape via the exit gate and potentially come in for a body block.
Oh, that? Or they can give. Oh, yeah, body block for sure. This is pretty much a set thing.
Ace coming in. Plague going to try and get the full infection on the Ace, but just not able to get the full infection. And that there will be the 2-man out for Vice's survivor team. So amazing job by both teams, and that there will force a set number 3. All right, and we are back for trial number 5, set number 3, Tremor killing against Vice's survivor team, and we are going to be seeing the twins on the Blood Lodge.
Blood Lodge, huh? Well, there is a lot to work on here to avoid Victor, but at the same time, a lot where he can hide.
Yeah, both are true, and Kate taking a very early hit here.
Yep. Going to Shaq. There's a 3-gen where Kate, like Clover, this player really knows how to bring the killer to the corrupt zone. Oh, hello.
I mean, it is the right move through and through to keep away from the active gens. However, Victor going to be taking hold of Rebecca there, and looks like Kate going to be here at this tile. A very quick break, and we will see in a moment with Rebecca something interesting, because they might actually already know of it, but we'll reveal to you, the viewers, that there is a forced penance in play.
I haven't seen that in a while, actually, now you mention it.
Yeah, it's definitely not a perk that is seen often, but is used often enough with the twins for exactly what you saw there. So first gen popping off for these survivors, a very quick gen at that, and looks like we are going to see a little bit of agitation as well. Bring him to this hook, which looks like just a regular old hook. No Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, at least not thus far, so pretty a pop in hand.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna set up shop on Pride Rock, as I like to call it, and we're potentially gonna find someone here. Yep, they're too busy working the gen. David taking the Victor.
Really, really good hit there for the twins. That now means that there are 2 survivors off a gen. Looks like there's a 3rd here as well, though I'm not sure if the twins saw them or are just more interested in going for David. But we do see scratch marks right there. Twins sees it too, and is just gonna hang around the hook here and try and force a second stage.
Yeah, we're gonna. This map is shrunk really, really well, so there is a lot of power that can be taken for the killer to protect their gens here and to keep on watch. But at the moment, Kate is taking another chase here. But however, we can, like, I love seeing the little aura from Victor, just like little white aura. Oh, they're all
Yeah.
close by.
Survivor's trying to do something here. Remember, no hook grabs anymore, so we're going to see the 1-for-1 trade here on Kate. We see David just kind of hanging out for whatever reason. Not entirely sure why, but, you know, we see the 1-for-1 trade. I guess maybe it's to force the twins to pick, right? Because this way it says, well, if you don't pick, I'm going to pick them up. So a bit of an interesting give and take there between the Survivors really threatening that pickup by the David. But instead, we will see Kate get hooked, and that there will be a Skirt Choke Pain Resonance regressing the most progressed gen by 25%.
Oh yeah, and the Hound is loose, looking for another. If they find Rebecca and or David or both of them together, that is a very bad thing to do for them to get found together. If they're healing, because healing is also very crucial against twins. So they had to either not be together when they're injured, or they gotta be together, but they gotta be in a really good spot to heal safely.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But looks like Twins is going to kind of leave Victor around. There's the gen there, and looks like that may have been. Looks like the Rebecca attempting to heal, and looks like Victor will just trap her in that locker for a little bit. Looks like there is another survivor nearby, as we do hear that killer instinct, but no, that just seems to be Rebecca, and she's pretty close by too.
Yeah, she is. I thought in my head I was like, I think she'll make it. No, she just barely made it there.
Yeah,
no unhook.
I was trying to think like, oh, Rebecca's too far away, but then when they came out of power, like, oh no, they're actually really close by. And like as you were saying earlier, the map has definitely shrunk quite significantly.
Yep. Yeah, I thought they were in the other corner, past the main building, but I guess no, she was incredibly close, and I think it was David who was found here. I guess not. They're just scoundering the area. Oh, there is the potential.
Oh!
Wow!
Talk about nipping at your heels, quite literally. Victor just narrowly missing that pounce. I mean, it wouldn't have stopped the unhook, but it would have been huge for the twins. Now, looks like they will be bringing this survivor to a different hook and a very quick set of heals there. Potentially a will make it in for a heal party.
I want to say that was will make it for sure. That was a very quick heal. I mean, I'm a big fan. I will make it myself. So, found somebody else here.
Yeah,
but not going for that.
Yeah, looks like going for the Kate instead. Still back here by this gen. A firecracker to blind Victor, but does not matter, as we will see that pounce instead. And Kate kind of in a bad position here, as that corner is not all too strong.
It's incredibly bad. Yeah, they should be going to a pallet or just get out there if possible. But yeah, the Charlotte here is trying to keep Kate in this area. However, we make it to a pallet, so hopefully Kate can have some breathing room for a little bit. Although she can't necessarily breathe with Victor on her back. But we'll see. Oh, the life.
Yeah, Light's coming in strong there, giving the Kate just a little bit of distance. We do see the Rebecca coming in as well for a potential body block. Those fires should already be aware of the forced penance, though looks like Rebecca will end up taking the hit, but no broken status effects are just a little bit too far away for the protection hit to count.
Yeah, that's actually a really good way to to kind of calculate, where. So we are trying to take a hit here. But we also don't want the perk to count. However, we got Victor who might take the bleed here. Yep.
Yeah, there's the hit, and Kate gets in just in the nick of time.
Yeah, Victor can be quite slippery when you're trying to get the last second hit, or kick even.
Yeah, especially when it's over a slug like this, where you have that potential for potentially ending up accidentally picking up or starting to pick up instead of getting the kick if your keybinds are the same. But David trying to get that flashlight safe, but the twins just a little bit too far turned away, and looks like they will get the hook here.
Oh, they were quite speedy, by the way, so they got the agitation, could have possibly gotten a hit, and that will count as a forced penance hit if they would have gotten it. Unfortunately, it was not.
That is something to keep in mind, but looks like we're going to see David here at the pallet and doing a good job of getting the pounce anyways. The revolt working against them there, and David actually is a great chase to have, as they have yet to be hooked, so that will be a Skirt Choke Pain Resonance in hand, but looks like Twins content with keeping David off of gens and Victor on their back.
Yep. I gotta say, when I get Victor on my back, I will keep that little thing on my back for a while. As long as I see my team working on gens, I can see, okay, then I should be okay to not be on one. Ooh, missing the hit right there. We stay on the flat though.
Yeah, it's definitely always interesting to see like what the best course of action is. Leave Victor on the back and means that you don't do gens, or you know, release them and then give Victor to do exactly what we're seeing here. Go back into chase, and looks like we have a Dave still here injured. Maybe going to the lock here and just no, just going to go down. And there's Kate.
Ooh. They always say that being in pairs against twins is always beneficial for that reason. If Victor were to miss, and even if they hit somebody down to the floor, they kick Victor at the same time. But you know, it all depends if you're able to time it correctly. David on the hook, fresh one.
And that'll be his skirt choke pain. Resonance progressing most progression by 25%. Also, force bands coming into play as David was in fact hit with the broken stats effect.
Yeah, so that, how long is that for? Is that like a...
I believe it's 60 seconds of broken stats, so it's a pretty significant amount of time. So even off the hook, you really can't do much as like a 4 to people or trying to heal off it. But Victor, seeing the blood of Kate on the ground, looks like they will go into locker. Victor taking a quick peek to see if the twins are close enough, and it's hard to say for certain, but looks like they're just content keeping them in the locker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's pretty fair amount of distance to give Kate a chance to bump out of the locker in any case. But Charlotte is more interested in this gen to be not progressing.
I could have sworn I saw Survivor there, and I think the twins did too. But looking around, did not see him. We do see the Kate, however, going for the unhook here, and this will be what is possibly a 1-1 trade. But David trying to get in. I think Victor gets hit.
Oh, I wonder this. I don't know. Is We're Gonna Live Forever on an okay perk to use?
It is banned because
it is banned.
It is just a little bit too strong nowadays.
Hey, no, you're not wrong. Yeah, especially because I know they changed it right recently as well.
Well, what you're thinking of is Buckle Up, but We're Gonna Live Forever with the stack giving you the ability to imbue the person you pick up with endurance, but Buckle Up being the better version of that now, which I think was already banned, so moot point there. We do see a Survivor here on... No. I mean, they definitely were here.
They were there. The scratch marks are right there. The scratches are fresh. That's David, too.
Yeah, David with blood, which means Claude's still nearby, maybe trying to get that gen completed, and they have to be around here somewhere. I think they definitely were here the last time that Twins was here as well. It looks like David did not go into the locker, but definitely hearing grunts of pain nearby.
Yeah, I think he's in the house somewhere. He must be going up.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah. Oh, there's 2. I don't know why I thought it was still 3, but there's 2 remaining. Oh, he's gonna use Victor too. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it wasn't.
Yeah, there's the pounce, but not getting the kick in time. Throwing the pallet by mistake as well.
Oh no. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, but David threatening to come in for the gen completion. Honestly, this is kind of a tricky situation because you want to go for Claudette because she has that last Skirt Choke Pain Residence token on her. But if David comes in, he will complete the gen before they're able to get the hook. So a little bit of a balancing act here, and I think Twins making the right choice and opting to instead guard this gen.
And there's also a potential 3-gen if they happen to pop the one in Shack. She's got a good 3-gen. And being 3-gen by Twins is not fun either. So,
yeah, absolutely. And we see Twins going back for the gen. We saw Claudette with the aura of Victor on their back. And they weren't able to touch because they still had Victor. And now they can bring Victor down and potentially go for the down either on the Claudette or David, who I imagine will make his way over this generator.
Yeah, they're both making a really risky choice. They're both injured, and you know, we know how we say being injured against Twins is not the way to go unless you are bold enough to try and make a play. But unfortunately, Claudia went down, and now we're gonna search for the David, which could be easy.
I mean, we saw the failed skill check, whether that was a self-heal or the gen over here by Shaq, and sure enough, there's the David, and David pointing out something. I guess the gen, maybe they missed the skill check and were saying we would have gotten it otherwise.
Aw, maybe.
But either way, it's David going down and just kind of chilling there. We're going to see the pickup on the Claudette here, which will regress the most progressed gen by 25% if we do see the hook on a Skirt Choke Pain Residence.
Wonder if it's have you seen an Unbreakable this whole match?
We We have not, but I do believe it is banned against Twins. I think this season we did rebalance Twins a little bit, giving Sprint First back to the survivors, as it was showing that Twins was pretty dominant last season. So we're seeing a Sprint First helps out the survivors a little bit, and if not, we'll have to retune them. It's such a delicate balancing act of Twins because it can swing one way or another. There, we so far have not found like that happy medium between like nerfing Twins into the ground or you know, making it a little bit too strong.
Right. Yeah, we gotta work it out to make it a very, you know, it's not a fair match to all, but of course there's also the ping issue.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But with that being said, good showing here by the survivors and Killer alike, and Victor and Charlotte here just having a casual conversation as the survivors are sent back to the campfire via the entity. With that being said, we are going to be switching sides up next, where we're going to need to see Vice get a 4K at 3 gens completed to tie, but 2 gens completed in order to secure victory here in set number 3.
Oh yeah.
So, gonna be a difficult win condition, but who knows? The Twins might just be able to make it work.
Yeah, Twins, you know, a strong twin player can definitely make that work.
All right, and we are back with the final trial of this match, with Vice killing against Tremor's team once again with the Twins on the Blood Lodge, and they need to get a 4K at 3 gens completed or less in order to secure victory, not just of this set, but the entire match, as we see a very early pallet drop there over in the shack.
Oh yeah. Oh, we gotta, what the heck? Oh my. Whoa, it was a faraway kick.
Yeah, Claudette getting that kick there on Victor. And looks like Twins kind of looking around, seeing what they need to do here. 2 survivors still at Shack. Shack pallet is down. Nancy holding what looks to be maybe a sprint burst.
But I get to make escape route here, but we got this candy weapon ready to smack it. I'm probably gonna get a smack here for sure. Yep.
Yeah, good hit there to say the least. Shack pallet not really getting a lot of value there. And looks like they will pursue the Nancy further as they do make their way over towards the active gen. Once again, as a reminder, the killer here for Vice cannot have more than 3 gens complete. If that does happen, that will be victory for Tremor, as Nancy will go down at the pallet. Claudette coming in for the kick and will successfully get it.
Very nice. Well, I mean, Charlotte is too close anyway, so the pickup is not possible. But she is under pallet, so this is safe nearby.
It's hard to say what the thought process was there, but looks like they will at least take the attention away from the Nancy, even if it is momentarily. Looks like a smash it there, as Claudette got a bit of speed and ended up running into the wall.
That happens to the best of us.
Indeed. And some revolts there from the Meg, but will get by Victor nonetheless. Nancy getting picked up potentially from the Claudette earlier. And looks like that is indeed the case, where we will see Nancy try to make their way back over to Shack, but without the Shack pallet, this will be a down.
There's nothing, unfortunately, unless, never mind, unfortunate. Claudia was trying to get a hit, but she's now in pursuit. Being pursued even.
And Twins being just a little bit aggressive here, I think, as they are going to go for the pounce there. Claudette will get the kick, though, as Victor begs and pleads for their temporary life, and looks like we will see the first hook here on the Nancy.
I don't know why I find that so cute when Victors do that. Like, oh, too bad, little thing. I'm gonna kick you.
I mean, they have no mercy for you, so I have no mercy for them. But we'll see the first hook here, and a Scourge Choke Pain Resonance progressing the most progressed gen by 25%. No gens popping off just yet, and we will see Victor make the way over to this gen. It is pretty well progressed, and it looks like there is a survivor potentially nearby. Sure enough, there's the Meg once again.
That gen is very almost done. Ooh, missed the wall, but can we get this kick, though? Yes, we can. Poor Victor. He's gonna get so many bruises.
An interesting choice here by the Twins, as they will not go over there to pressure the gen further. Instead, going to be going back to potentially tunnel out the Nancy here as 2 gens pop off. One more gen is going to be the win condition, and a little bit of lag there for the Twins. Trying to unbuy Victor. Not sure what's happening. Oh, there's that
There
mine.
you go.
Okay. Took
Buffering.
a little bit, but we got there.
Yeah, it was a slow process, but we got it there. Oh my god. Ooh! Just barely in the nick of time. She made it out the door, however. I thought she would go back and kick Victor, but I don't believe me. She's probably too far. I think Claudette
Yeah.
is there.
This killer being very aggressive with the pounces from Victor. Just they have not been able to land, however.
Yeah, Miss Claudie is nearby for the hit. And, Force Penance as well.
Yeah, Force Penance coming in, going to have Claudette broken for another 60 seconds. We see the drop from the Nancy. However, we're going to see Victor try and pounce here around the pile. Will get the down.
Oof. Oh, lordy, that was a little panic of there. Did not expect Victor to go around, it looks like.
There's the third gen. One more gen, and that will be victory for Tremor here in set 3.
There you go. Whoa, that was awkward.
Yeah, just a little getting caught on that geometry at the entrance of the bus, and Nia getting the kick to boot. A bit of an unfortunate scenario for the twins, to say the least.
Oh, man. The moment there's a win condition, it just gets a lot more aggressive for sure. And aggressive it is.
Yep, and we see Nancy going on hook here in the middle. Bit of an aggressive hook, though. If a survivor can go for a body block, I think they would get off their shoulder.
I think so too, actually. Where are the gens? Okay, so we got one here. They're all in very dead zones too. The two gens by Shaq and right there, they're all dead zone-y. The only two gens that are farthest back there. Pallet to the face. Meg running away, and Charlotte letting her go for the protection of this gen. To give it a nice little orange cloud.
Yep, that there is in fact a pop goes the weasel. Actually, why I mentioned earlier, I was surprised that the twins with pop in hand did not go back for the gen earlier that the Meg was on, instead pursuing the unhook. Potentially a bit of a misplay there, but we'll have to wait and see as another gen with a lot of progression. These survivors doing a fantastic job on these generators.
Oh, we're trying to get the locker here, but not falling for it at the moment. But we will be kicking Victor, I feel. Oh. Nicely. We're playing a little bit of tag, you're right.
Yeah, a little bit of cat and mouse here. We see them just kind of hanging out here. Twins making their way closer and closer to the main building, but I just don't think they have the distance.
I think that was her intentions for sure, but then not as, it got a little bit too tense, so they just ignored it for now.
And we see them now in chase with the Nia. Once again at the shack without a shack pallet, but a pallet here nonetheless. As Twin just not going to be getting lucky on those 50 points there.
They're letting out the hound again and see if we can sniff some survivors out and catch him by the gen? Okay, I was going to say, that must be like 95, I bet. That's what she was trying to commit to it.
Yeah, at the very least, seeing if they could fake out Victor there, and that is the 4th gen, resulting in a victory here for Tremor.
Congrats. Now let's see how the rest of this game plays out. Just for the fancy loops of fancy hits, fancy victors. Oh, we got this palette on. I thought this palette was still now. Now it is.
Yeah, it is now. Claudette heard you say, no, I think you're right. Let me just throw this real quick just to set the record straight. As 5th gen popping off, these survivors did a fantastic job, both in chase as well as working on these gens. We already see one light on that X gate. The survivors just primed and ready, and looks like the twins just going to take what they can get and will hook the Claudette here.
I don't recall she's death hook. No, that's fresh hook.
Yep, it is a fresh hook, result in a 1K 5 hook for the twins in the instance that the survivors do exit via the X gates, and looks like they said, yep, we've secured a win condition, we're good. Bye, Claudette, we'll see you at the campfire.
Goodbye. Let's see, there are 2 survivors remaining. One of them is broken. Oh, okay, that's what they are.
Yeah, they're just waiting for the heal. Just like, what, just to say that we exited fully healed.
You gotta get those points.
Exactly, the non-existent points in custom games.
It's like, what's that show where, where they improvise, oh lord, I'm blanking out at the moment, but it's like a show where you improvise and they have a thing saying that with the points don't matter. So I can't remember the whole thing, unfortunately, but it's basically how it's just fun, but the points just don't really matter.
Exactly.
Gotta get what you get.
Exactly, but that being said, GG, well played both teams, and once again, congratulations to Tremor walking away victorious here in round 1 of Group A.